It used to be Jackie and I only had matching underwear when we had the latex and ball gag. Now, thanks to MeUndies, another time per week.
Yeah. You ever try edible underwear? That's just a yeast waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Tastes like shit.
It's like a really gross. It's like a really gross fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
And because you know that like if you're buying like a fruit by the foot or something at the store, it hasn't been there for super long. You know, there's probably a good number of people buying fruit by the foot at the store. There's some turnover there. If you're buying edible underwear, maybe just the area you live in, people aren't that into it. And so you're buying edible underwear from 1997, trying to eat that, and all of it's basically alcoholic at this point from fermenting.
Yeah.
But
I like the grape flavor. That was strawberry.
Well, it's grape now. Yeah.
The flavored lubricants are often a yeast infection waiting to happen,
the worst.
Too. Yeah.
How could they even legally sell that stuff?
Right.
Never given those a go. It seems like a terrible idea.
It wasn't us, actually. Remember when Wet Platinum sent lube to us? And you know me and sending stuff on.
Yeah, your wife gave it to her friend, and she got the yeast
infection. Yeah, we gave it to our neighbor 2 doors down. And Jackie's like, you didn't know? Yeah, you can't stick flavored lubricant up your hoo-ha. It's got sugar.
So what are you supposed to be doing with it? Is it only for anal sex? And am I so clean with my butt fucking that a little bit of this strawberry lube isn't going to get in your pussy anyway? Let's be real here. It's ridiculous for them to even sell it. It's like selling strawberry flavored strychnine. It just doesn't make sense. You don't want people to eat it, so why fucking make it taste like anything?
I have
squirting it in their mouths.
It doesn't taste that good, and it doesn't. It's a real limited function.
It doesn't lubricate well either. It gets sticky. It gets sticky and gummy after you take that stuff.
There's sugar in there.
Yeah. Put it between your hands. Rub your hands together for 6-7 solid seconds. Then pull them apart from one another. It's gonna be like taffy. You're gonna see the strings of it stretch. Wet Platinum Premium, on the other hand, that is straight up black bottle that says Wet Platinum.
That shit is good for 12 fucking sessions or 3,000 miles. It just stays as lube.
You can fuck tomorrow. You're gonna be lubed up all week.
Dude, it's too much. Honestly. It's like if you use a lot of it and then you go get in the shower afterward, it's an actual scrubbing session. Yeah. You have to get some special shampoo or something that'll cut through the grease or oil or whatever it is.
You dishwashing liquid.
Get some Dawn. I'm washing. Yeah, I washed my cock like it's a duck covered in oil after using that stuff.
It's funny. You shower and it's still there, and you just
brushing your cock. It'll be okay, little fella. Look at you.
You can see the meniscus of the lube settling on the floor of your bath as it's rinsing out. You know, it's
my whole midsection has less friction than normal today. It just you can't get rid of it all.
I use it for everything. I have put it on door hinges. I put I swear to God, and it's better than WD-40. It's got to be. It's so slippery. It's like from Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, when he sprays the non-stick stuff to his sled and he takes off down the hill and it just goes boom, and there's just a flame behind him. It's like that kind of lubricant. You spill that shit on hardwood, you better go get the mop. The something to cut it. You're going to have to clean that.
You got to call a guy to come put some carpet in because that hardwood's done.
You got to sand it out or something.
But yeah, honestly, and we're making fun of it, but everything we're saying is 100% true. That is the best lubricant you'll ever use. If you use lube for sex, then get Wet Platinum. There is no reason to get anything else. You don't want water-based lubricant. You want silicone-based lubricant, and you want to use the right kind of condoms with it, or it'll melt them. It'll melt regular condoms. Keep that in mind.
I don't like the way any lubes smell, though.
It dissolves them. Yeah.
I thought that was like petroleum-based lubricants.
Yeah, it's oil-based, isn't it? Because then it interacts with
experience that Wet Platinum turns condoms into this thing that'll just kind of tear apart after a while.
Okay. Well, if you're going off experience, I don't want to combat that.
I usually use the Skin SKYN condoms that are don't have what's that? They're the ones that don't have latex in them. Yeah, because you never know.
You never know who's allergic to latex.
True.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you actually know the person you're fucking.
They fill out a questionnaire and latex. Okay this evening. All right, latex.
I mean, that's my situation. That's all. I'm just saying. We've met before.
Yeah, the whole flavored lube thing really doesn't make sense because try and think of a use for it. What what is a use for it?
Can you use it as
I
a
think
massage
the
oil?
use- No,
It'll just
you
get
would.
sticky. It'll be like rubbing someone with like strawberry jam. Like it'll be like smooth for a couple seconds, and then it's all tacky.
that.
I think it would be good if you were like stroking a penis and sucking it, and you wanted it to taste like strawberry.
Well, there you
Like-
go.
like, I thi-
yeah.
No, even then, why would she have to like eat a bunch of lube for that? Can't you like they have like body powders, like sugary powder they can just put there? Then you don't.
Sugary
have to have-
powder?
Wait, does
Are you
sugary
talking about
powder
taking, like,
function as a
Kool-Aid
lube,
pack
though?
and-
Because you
Just
do
look
want
up,
some
like,
lube
body
action.
powder.
His
It's
sweaty
just
balls
it's
with Kool-Aid?
body. Just look up like a body powder. It's just like sugar stuff that you can sprinkle wherever you want and then lick it off.
shit.
And it's not
Are you
lubey.
talking about frosting another human being before
But wait,
sex?
you want it to be lubey. That's the point of
That's
lube.
Wings of Redemption style.
No,
right
but it's
there.
not the point of lube in this situation because it's just what would the lube serve? If anything, it's just going to drop down between your ass cheeks. It's going to get all over the place. It's going to get
in
sticky
there.
very quickly. You know, like
Hand
there's nothing
jobs
worse
can
than the
go
feeling of
next
being
level when you
sticky.
add lube.
Wait, I don't understand what you're saying.
Lubes enhance hand jobs.
And I'm saying that she shouldn't be doing a hand job down there anyway. If she has flavored stuff all over your dick, get the hands out of there. Get your
Well,
hands
that's the
out of
thing.
there.
You can add in the mouth, and you know, here we're having a party.
Maybe. I guess that's
Oh,
the
let's
one
get some
use
peanut
I
butter
could
in
think
there,
of that
too.
makes a little bit of sense.
So you get the strawberry lube on her vagina. You get some peanut butter in her ass, and you get yourself a slice of bread. And just from you
She
always
comes with
want
a
to,
bun.
now this is important with girls. Now this is important. Most people won't tell you this. When you're doing this, you want to go from the front to the back. Always the front to the back with that slice of bread. Okay, and don't use honey wheat. That's don't use honey wheat. You want white bread. You don't want any
Nothing with
yeast getting in
oats
there.
or seeds
No, wait a
on
minute.
it.
Since honey doesn't ferment, like it never goes bad, maybe you can put honey in the hoo-ha, and there's no like.
No,
yeast
honey
in-
does go bad. It will not rot, but it will go rancid. And if you eat rancid honey, I think you can die.
Really?
you can make
'Cause
alcohol from
I
honey.
thought honey was good from like Egyptian days, which I guess
is,
are
but
also
they seal
today.
it
But
up.
like, oh,
They seal it up in these vessels, those like like pottery vessels, and they're like sealed on top. And they've broken that honey out before, and I guess it's still good. And I know those survivalists, and I know a guy who's like this, have multiple 5-gallon buckets of honey, all sealed up permanently and everything. So those 5-gallon buckets would probably last thousands of years, right, of edible honey. But just imagine those hard times when you're just like,
What are we
honey.
having? A honey again?
I would hope that there's some stuff to put the honey on, but I don't know how hard these times are getting.
Yeah.
When
Oh.
you've got to turn to the honey bucket for sustenance.
You gotta turn to the honey.
You keep that in mind. You're like, I'm so hungry. Crack out another 5-gallon bucket of honey, Bill. Like, that's not
Ugh.
good. But yeah, don't use that fucking lube. Any flavored lubes, use wet platinum. That's the best lube I've ever
black
used. It's the
stuff.
only use I like to order it from Amazon in the big bottle with the pump on top. That's much nicer to have.
Yeah, that
'Cause
sounds
those-
better.
it's
I
so
only have
slippery.
like bottles that you squeeze out, and it gets so slippery on those bottles. It's hard to pick up. Like if you pick it up days later, it's still like shit. Like you almost squeeze it out of your hand like a piece of soap. Yeah.
And the worst
Like
part
those
is like
things.
it's so slippery. It's so slippery. And the word I'm looking for is they talk about viscosity. The viscosity is so low in this stuff. It's so thin that it will seep out of its own bottle. The wet platinum bottle is incapable
our
of
bottle is
containing.
in a Ziploc bag.
Yes, mine is too. It has to be, because if you turn it sideways, even you turn that thing sideways on any surface and wait 10 minutes and come back, and it has dribbled out a little quarter-size splotch of wet platinum that will soak through bed sheets, into mattresses. Like it'll make the top of your dresser all of a sudden this nightmare zone where you put your hand on it to like push yourself out of bed, and your hand slips,
Yeah.
your elbow hits it, then you fall on the floor
Like
and
the
cry.
nightstand, if it's
time
ever
for-
had wet platinum on it, you'll be like, zoom! Oh, yeah, I remember that 9 months ago. The wet platinum touched it, and it's still fucking lubed, because it never goes away.
So I like the pump bottle, and I've even gone so far as I went to Target and got myself like a porcelain like bottle dispenser that would be like for bath soap, and it's all nice, and I just fill that thing up with my big like I think it's either 30, I think it's 32 ounces. The bottle that I buy, it's $40 a bottle.
That's a lot of wet platinum.
it's a lot of wet platinum, but I'm pretty liberal with my lubricant, so I can go through those little $10 bottles pretty quickly.
We're running out now, but they sent us so much wet platinum, I've never had to buy it. Like, if you could picture a 55-gallon steel drum, they sent us like the bottom 20% of it. Just like a box full of it, like all these. Jackie's giving them away.
Some of these lubricants, I don't feel like I got enough. I remember getting like one. I got like.
Did I give you one? I don't know.
They have other kinds. Did you get multiple kinds? They have, I guess, flavored. Then they have the original. They have an anal blend, I guess.
I didn't know that.
I don't think they call it the anal blend, but
they should. Who are they kidding?
On there or whatever. Yeah, those are the only ones I've seen. I guess if you hit the mark on your first try, no need to keep innovating. Yeah. I must have been in the labs where they're like, we made a loop, and they're like, oh, okay, first try, I bet. Oh, ate shit. So like, we slipped some on the floor, and he's like, all right, well, job done. Is this industrial or for sex? Well, I don't know. Just put it out in the market and see what people do with it.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah, stops doors from squeaking and stops women from fussing.
Yeah. We signed 2 huge contracts with Adam and Eve and the Ford Motor Company.
NASCAR loves this stuff.
Hitch, what are you using for lube? Join the conversation.
Oh man, I'm just imagining Hector
going
watching
in dry.
This, looking at my screen, just saying, "Don't say anything, please. Don't say anything. Just laugh and."
Oh yeah, because Hector told me he was an Astro guy, which to me like implied what a rookie Hex was. So, just saying.
Don't put Hitch in an uncomfortable position like that. Making fun of the Luke choice of his boss.
Yeah, what is
that? What's his name? Hex has been on PKA before. He hasn't been on when I was a guest, but I'm sure that he knows the flow of the show and that we tend to get a little silly.
No.
Sometimes. I doubt anybody would judge your lubricant of choice at this day and age when there's so much other stuff going on. Especially.
Yeah, I'm actually learning a lot right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You guys have.
Get on Amazon right now. Just one click buy that stuff. You're gonna love it. It's
Comes
wonderful.
in a black bottle. If it's not a black bottle, you bought the wrong stuff.
Yes, it's very good. Yeah. We need to get them as a sponsor. Where's Chiz?
Pride, they didn't have the money. That's how he got that big barrel of supplies.
All they sent was product.
I have shirts. I have a shirt that has the logo as big as my chest, and it says like "Get Wet" or something. Like you can't wear. It's one of those shirts you can't wear outdoors. I put it on like on a weekend or something, and every now and then I forget. I'm about to step out the door to like go get Kitty a pack of cigarettes or something. I'm like, oh. Let's not keep it wet. Let's
you want to look
polo on or something.
Yeah, like a complete invalid degenerate who walks around public with lube shirts on.
Yeah, disgusting.
So
I really don't.
Oh, go ahead. No, yours is probably better.
I was gonna say you were talking about shirts right there. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but I really don't like shirts that are needlessly obscene and like in your face. Like I'm not offended by it. I'm just offended that someone would look at it and think this is a good idea. This is what I should wear. I should wear something that has like a big middle finger on it and says, fuck the world, I'm great. Or just some stupid like keep calm and fuck women. Or like, I don't know.